guys. I hope you're having a beautifully, phenomenally blessed day. As always, I do want to thank you to my OGs, my new Gs, and anybody that allows me your most precious asset, your time. Thank you so much for joining me. It is a true honor, a blessing, and a pleasure being here. My prayer, as always, is that any of my videos find you in a way that reminds you to take back your power, to use your discernment, your intuition to make those decisions that get you on your best journey, guys. Okay, so please like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel down below. And I do want to thank you for joining me for a moment in Topics with Becky. And today we are going down the rabbit hole on why, as women, so if this is men watching too, I think that this is important for you to hear as well. But why, as women, we should wait for interactions, and also why we should potentially wait to have sex or to give our sex away. So it's something that I have come across over the last 3 years in being single. It has been a journey, and it's something that I enjoy. It's something that I really truly like. But I have noticed that when I stopped giving myself away, my whole life changed. And it changed for the better too. I can't say that it changed for the worse, not having somebody in my bed, not having someone to come home to. It changed for the better because I had been in a situation where I realized that for a very long time after having sexual abuse, I had turned promiscuous or into a sex addict. And that was in a way to control the encounters that I had, because I felt like if I controlled those encounters, that somehow I was taking back my power when I did not realize I was actually giving it away. So this has been really heavy on my heart for a few days, and I was just going to make a regular video edit and put it up there, but I felt like it was important to do a live, and that's just so that it's on the channel now. But I feel like the thing is that as women, we are put in a position where, because there's so much competition, we feel like the only way to overcome that competition is to give our yonis away, right? And that somehow, some way is going to make the masculines stay in our lives. And in reality, what that does is it pushes them away because it makes them give up in the chase. The chase is for your yoni. I don't know how else to put it. Like, the chase is for your yoni, and when you give that to them, the chase is done. It's like fast food. You want to get a homemade meal, but you go to a fast food restaurant. It's like instant gratification, and then afterwards you just kind of feel guilty and icky. And I'm not trying to compare anybody to that, but what I'm saying is that's the only way that I can paint a picture for you that would help you understand why it's so important to hold on to your virtue. Whether you're a virgin or not, it does not matter. The thing is that make them work for it, because what we're running into now is a society where guys are expecting you to lay down with them in the first time. Like, so I've gotten out into the dating realm, and it's not like I've actually gone on any dates just yet, okay? And the reason for that is because I'm forcing myself to put myself in a position where I am getting to know people before I ever let them actually meet me, or before I choose to meet them. And it has opened my eyes to the realm of those that are very forward and pushing. And it's like they're out there and they're like, basically, like, I think you're attractive. I want to hook up. I want to get together with you. I want to take you on a date. Here's my phone number. Call me as soon as you can. And the first thing that I say is, I really appreciate that. I would love to talk to you on the phone. I think it would be a lot of fun. However, I like to take things slow, so I'll keep your number, and when I'm ready to call you on the phone, I will. And I can't tell you how many guys have not, like, they just stop at that point. When you say you want to take things slow, there are going to be plenty of guys who stop texting you back. But see, this is a way to weed out those that are not serious. And for most of my women friends out there, you guys are looking for something serious. And there are some of you guys that you don't really care. Like, it's okay. If you guys are in that realm of just having fun, cool, go for it. Go have fun. You know, I'm not here to say it's a bad thing or a good thing. I've had to take a vow of celibacy for myself on my journey because that's very important to me. Excuse me. My lips are so dry and I'm not sure why. I've been drinking plenty of water. I just stopped taking this medicine though, and I'm thinking that I'm clearing out this medicine from my system. So essentially, guys, you want to put yourself in a position where you're placing value on yourself, because there are many, many men out there who don't appreciate a high value woman, especially when there's so many women that are giving themselves up freely to them. It's easy for them to just basically, I'm just going to say, it's a numbers game on both sides. It's a numbers game for women and it's a numbers game for men. And if all men are looking for is a quick fuck, and excuse the language here, but if that's really what it is, okay, they're looking for a quick fuck, they're going to play the numbers game. And at the end of the day, as a woman, it's about you playing the numbers game too. If you want somebody that's over here to be serious, don't be afraid of those men who don't text you back. And please save yourself the time and do not chase them, because the more you chase them, the more you devalue yourself. Okay. So allow yourself to be in a place of high value, taking your time. You know, it's okay to tell guys no. It is. And I think that we've grown in a society where people really, they're so afraid to say no that they turn into yes people. And turning into yes people turns you into a people pleaser. And that's why I've realized as I've gone, when I first started getting out into the dating realm, let's just say it was like last time I really dated was probably about 12 years ago, because I was in a very serious relationship for many years. And when I first dated at that time, it was like basically saying yes to every guy that came along because I was so afraid of being alone. I'm so sorry about that, guys. That's my phone. And I was so afraid of being alone that I would say yes, because this fear was overtaking me. And now I realize I'm comfortable being alone. I'm comfortable being in a place of solitary, right? And I enjoy my own company. Like, I've built myself up for so long. I've worked on my mindset. I've worked on my body. I've worked on every aspect of myself, doing the shadow work. And I realized it's not a problem being here in this 3D realm with myself, okay? And that's such a hard place to become, especially when we're in a society that pushes people and says, if you're not with somebody, there's something wrong with you. And that's what is pressuring women to just right off the bat sleep with a man, because it's like, oh, well, if I give him everything I've got, then there's no reason for him to leave. And the way a man views it is, holy crap, she gave me everything that she's got. So I don't want to be with that one, because she probably does that with every man that she comes across. So I'm going to move on to the next one. And it hurts. It hurts a woman, right? It hurts a woman because it's this energy of like, what did I do wrong? And it's nothing you did wrong. It's just that you gave him instant gratification. So it's like being in a restaurant, right? Being in a fast food restaurant. You're not patiently waiting, or you're not preparing the meal. And because you're not preparing the meal and it comes so quickly, it's like, yeah, you enjoy it while you're eating it. But then afterwards, it's like the last thing on your mind, right? Because that's how it works. Guys like the chase. They enjoy the chase. But so many women don't realize this now. And that's why it's so important for you to really value yourself in a way that's like, if they say no to me, understanding that that has nothing to do with you as a person. That has everything to do with where they're at on their journey in this now moment. It doesn't mean that that's a reflection on you because they said no. And especially if you choose to value yourself and choose to put yourself on a higher expectation, not a pedestal. It's not putting yourself on a pedestal. This is about allowing yourself to have those expectations in life. You know, like, I expect someone to show up honestly. I expect somebody to have integrity when they come towards me. I expect somebody to be here and to support me on certain levels. Well, in order to do that, one must first take the time to get to know somebody. And if they're not willing to ask you questions and all you're doing is asking questions, that guy doesn't want to get to know you. He wants to break down the wall so that he can have sex with you. Okay. Like, it's a way that it works. They are so used to women throwing themselves at them because so many women are just afraid of being alone. And that's why it's so important for you to realize, it's like, is this guy coming at me with true intentions? How do you monitor that? Well, when you start saying, I'm going to take it slow, if they respect that, then you can understand, okay, now I can take it further. But don't push yourself into something. And I agree with that. Trust is absolutely key. If you don't have trust in any situation, whether that's with a man, a woman, a friend, a family member, what do you have? You have nothing, right? And that is the number one reason why so many relationships fail. you're building a relationship on a sand foundation, right? Because you're not willing to get to know someone, because that takes time. It takes time to get to know a person. It takes time to build trust. And everybody's over here, but we don't have time. Make time. Make time. I'm not saying that you got to wait a year before you trust this person. I'm not saying that you should wait 3 years before you trust a person. What I'm saying is that you need to take the time out for yourself to develop a trust for yourself. When you trust yourself, to be able to trust another person becomes easier, because you've first done with yourself what you're asking another person to give to you, which is why when I talk about love, whether you're watching my readings or whether you're watching my inspirational videos, my narcissist series, my grief series, it does not matter. Overall, everything, the biggest key in life is to come into a place of loving yourself the way that you want somebody else to love you, which includes having trust in oneself, having faith in oneself, believing in oneself, supporting oneself, giving yourself time and space to be yourself, right? These are all things that you ask from a partner. And yet, if you're not giving that to yourself, how can you ask another person to give that to you? Because that means that you're not going to be able to give that to that person, right? And if you do give that to that person, what it means is that you're putting yourself on the back burner to ensure that the other person's needs are taken care of without first looking into your own needs. That's why it's important for us to understand that we're not getting into a relationship for someone to complete us, right? We're getting into a relationship as a whole being already coming together with another whole. And that's how we support each other through this life, right? We're by nature, we're very social creatures by nature. It's just being human. Okay. And I get that. However, what has happened is that being social has turned out to be the most important key aspect in life rather than finding one's truth. And so how can we draw ourselves back from that need to be social with others in hopes of finding happiness and put that within ourselves? And that's why I bring up this topic again. This topic has been on my heart for a few days. I don't know why I didn't bring it up earlier. I had a little short where I posted about how I think that people who do love predictions in tarot and also love predictions in prophetic words, I feel like they're keeping the mass populace in this revolving cycle of basically you're falling in love with the higher aspect of someone, and you're falling so deeply in love with this higher aspect of someone that you can't bring yourself into this reality where we're at right now, what we're seeing with our own eyes, using your discernment and your intuition to say, okay, is this person truly healthy for me? Of course, their higher self is healthy for you because that's a spiritual realm. That's pure love and light, but that pure love and light does not necessarily translate into this physical reality, right? Because you could be with somebody and fallen in love with their higher self, 1331 on the clock. You've fallen in love with their higher self, right? And then all of a sudden in reality, this person is a cheater. They're a liar. They steal. They do all these things that are very low vibration. But you've got a love prediction saying, this is my person. This is the person that I'm supposed to be with. This is who I'm supposed to give my life to. It's just, again, it's like you're using a general reading to predict your life. And that's why I always say it comes down to you as a person. If you're relying so much on outside forces, again, to give you that happiness, which comes back to letting others determine your life for you. 1414. Interesting is I wasn't even looking, and I look up and there it is, guys. Or if you come into a place where you guys are letting other people basically say what you need to do. Everybody's situation is different. Even if you guys get a personal reading and they say, yeah, this is your person, you should be looking at the fact, does this person only do love predictions? Because then that means that they're going to give you a love prediction. Right? That's why when I focus on readings, and I'll tell people this, I want you guys to understand, my readings are based on self-healing, because self-healing is the only way for us to truly heal the world. We can't sit here depending on another person to figure out how to connect with their higher self. And we're suddenly mad that that person doesn't show up as the higher self being that we've fallen in love with. No, we have to work on saving ourselves. We have to work on building ourselves up. We have to work on loving ourselves. And so that's why I say, take your time getting to know a person. Stop trying to use these love predictions to keep you stuck in situations and in waiting, because being in waiting is still a position of lack. Okay. When you're waiting for something, you're basically telling the universe, I don't have it. So it's important to act as though you already have a partner, because you do. It's the person that's looking back at you in the mirror. That's your partner. Treat that person the way that you want to treat somebody to come into your life. Because when you start treating yourself that way, you're going to start respecting yourself on a new level. And you're going to understand the red flags that come up, and you're going to see them a lot quicker each time. And as you see them a lot quicker each time, that's going to give you an opportunity to release circumstances that are no longer serving you, making space and opportunity for the ones that are going to. I'm not here to say anything about labels or anything like that, because we all know the twin flame community. We all know the soulmate community. We all know this huge community about being in love. But what we're failing to see as a collective is that in order to get that love, we must first fall in love with this self. And that's not selfish. That's letting yourself come into a place of sheer balance, because otherwise you're going to put yourself on the back burner like you've done your entire life. I did it. I fell in love with a narcissist, and I swore up and down that was the person I was supposed to spend my life with. And I gave everything I was to this person. And to heal from that has taken a huge amount of time. But ultimately, falling in love with myself has given me the opportunity to see my old patterns that have left me in a situation of inviting people into my life who cannot give me love. Okay. And those are the people that I don't ghost them. I just tell them, I just see that this isn't going to work. So I'm going to end the conversation here. It's about being an adult in a situation. Sorry, guys. My dog is standing in the window barking. So she hears something. Angel, no. Hey, get down. Thank you. Sorry, guys. So I'm bringing this up for you guys to understand this in a way that you have to truly give yourself space, and you have to give yourself time. And we're adults. It's okay to say adult things, right? It's okay to be an adult in this situation. I think the hardest thing for people is that we're so used to just running away when things get uncomfortable. That's why you get people who ghost you. They run away when things get uncomfortable. They're like, nope, I can't handle it, so I'm going to ghost you, because I can't be an adult and tell you that I need space, I need a break, I need whatever it is. And the reason that people are like that is because they're afraid that the other person is going to take it personal. And let me end on this, guys. When you're afraid that the other person is going to take it personally, you are basing your entire life on what another person thinks of you. And that's not fair to you, nor is it fair to that other person, because it leaves things open in such a way that maybe they have hope, they have faith, or they're thinking things are going to go a different way than they actually are. So be an adult about it, and don't be afraid to say what's on your mind. You don't have to be rude about it, but to tell someone, you know what, I'm working on my highest, most best self right now, and I really need to just take a break for myself so that I can realign with what my true values are. That's not putting it on the other person. That's putting it back on self. Okay. So I bring this up. I needed to talk about this, guys. And so I felt like a live was the best way to bring this up. So thank you so very much for joining me and allowing me your most precious asset, your time. It truly is an honor, a pleasure, and a blessing being here. And as always, my prayer is that these videos find your heart in a way that reminds you to use your discernment and your own intuition to make the best choices to go live your best journey in this now moment. Please like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel down below, set that notification bell so you always know when the next video does go live. Check out my other playlists, guys, and until next time, go forth boldly, my fellow creators, and courageously find creative ways to rise above in life, laughter, and love. Until we see each other next time, mwah, peace out. I love y'all. Bye.